Well, if you're going to ask me how I would rate Expert from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest.
Wow.
10. Without a doubt. You gave me the best customer service that I could ask for, and you never failed me, which is good. And always Expert. Trust Expert.
What's your satisfaction about your job, and also what are the difficulties that you're having in your job as well?
My difficulties is not basically the job itself. It's basically more unpersonal because I have a family that I cater to as well. I have a 7-month-old baby, so it's more like managing work, managing the house, managing the family. But not really with work. I love the work. I love what I'm doing, so it's not hard for me. And at the end of the day, especially at the end of the day where you've done something right and you hear a thank you from a resident or your patient or your client, it means a lot. So it's different.
For those people who are currently watching, is there any particular, let's say, types of students who you recommend for these particular jobs that they might perform better and also enjoy better as well?
Well, if you're a type of person who loves communicating, who loves to be with people, and who loves to help, then this is for you.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Who are those people who might not enjoy these particular work then?
To be honest, it is a little bit of routinary in a way, but not totally, because there are different days from other days. But the job is just basically the same every day. You help with bathing, you bed change, meals and stuff like that. If you don't want something, and it is, especially if you're not into like, you don't want personal care, if you know what I mean, then this isn't for you.
Okay, then let's talk more about the, let's say, aged care career progression. What's the career progressions in aged care industry like?
I think that was in 2023 that the government actually submitted a labor, not submitted, but they actually made a labor agreement with different providers. But the thing is, not all aged care providers have a labor agreement with the government. But from there, you can start, even if you don't have an experience, as long as you have the qualification that is Australia based. Because if you don't have the qualification, you might need a skill assessment, I think. But if you have a qualification, and if the provider that you're with is actually have a labor agreement, then they would be able to sponsor you. But that's still at the discretion of the provider, because it still depends if they wanted to give you the nomination for the 482, which is the labor agreement work stream. And then after you've served 2 years experience in the sector, you can then apply for a nomination. You can ask your sponsor again to nominate you for a 186, which is a permanent resident stream that is nominated by the employer.
Okay, right. Then tell us about your, let's say, preparations for your 482 aged care labor agreement.
Aside from getting the qualification, which is the very first thing that you need, you also would need an English assessment. I took PTE, which is a person test something English. Sorry, not familiar. I don't have the correct acronym. What do you call that? Yeah. But I did take the PTE exam. And then I applied for a police check here in Australia, and as well as a police check in the country where I'm from, which is the Philippines. And of course, the employer gave me a nomination letter that I've been nominated for the job. That's basically the things that I submitted.
So from the day that you have graduated until the day that you have received the 482 labor agreement visa, how long approximately did it take you?
So I graduated in 2021, and then I received an offer just December of last year, and the visa got approved February of this year. So that's 4 years, almost 3 years. Yes.
And also the visa itself, after we have launched the visa, it only took 9 days. Did
Yes.
you expect that to happen, or
No, not at all, because I would expect that from a person applying as a single, but because I have a family, I have a husband and I have a daughter, so I was expecting if it's a family applying for a specific visa, because when we applied for a student visa, it took us more than a month to get approved. So I was expecting the same thing, like a month or more than that, but then the moment I actually submitted 9 days, but then I submitted my medical exam on a Monday, and then the agent here at Expert actually informed me that my visa got approved on Thursday. So it was basically submitted all my documents on a Monday, including the medical, and then 4 days after I received the result. So I was shocked, and yes, good news.
Awesome. So what about, do you know anyone around your network that have received this visa? Or if you know anyone who have received this visa, do you know how quick they have received?
I'm not with 482, but I've got a friend who actually with the same employer, she got a 186 right away.
Okay.
The only reason why I didn't got a 186 is because my total experience doesn't come up to 2 years full time. I only have I think I missed 6 more months to go to the full time, just because I'm doing it ever since 2020, but because it was only part time, so it's not really an equivalent. But then she got more than 2 years of full time work experience, so she got the visa, but the 186 visa to be precise. But it took her almost a year, because she applied March, and then her visa just got approved as well in February. This month. Sorry.
Okay. With your friend who have received 186 visa, is she from Philippines as well, or from different?
Yes, she's from the Philippines, but she's not from Queensland at the beginning. She was from Melbourne.
Okay, right. Then at your current workplace, what's the demographics of the nationalities for the aged care who are currently working there?
It's mixed, actually.
Mixed? Okay.
Yeah. I've worked with from Nepal, from India. Not a lot of Filipino, to be honest.
Okay.
And then I've also worked with Sri Lankans, mostly Asians, and then I've also worked with a lot of Australians. Mostly a lot of Australians, but mostly Asians and Australians. Yeah, but it's a mix of everything. So, which is a good thing because you get to experience a lot of things.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Of course. Is there anything that you've learned from them for different
Of course.
culture experiences, or?
Different cultures have different techniques in dealing with residents, and I've learned a lot throughout the years. So, yeah.
Is there any good fun story that you might share with us, or if you can think of anything?
I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. Okay, then let's go on to the next part, which is how did you hear about Expert?
I actually was I was actually agency hopping, and then I think I've been to 4 or 5 agencies in the past, here in Australia, to be precise. And then I was looking for a student visa for my husband, not for me, because I was graduating then. So out of all that agencies that I've been to, Expert actually stood out from all of them. The agent that I was talking to, she never gave me, I was never intimidated by her. She gladly answered all my questions, and she communicated everything to me. And even with when I'm sending documents, she would instantly reply, hey, I received this, blah, blah, blah. So it was really like, I felt like I've never had this kind of service with other migration agencies before. So that's led me to stick with 엑스퍼트.
Okay, so basically what stood up from your personal experience was that the quick response with
Yeah, the
dealing of-
communication and the expertise. Because if she's not sure with my question, she doesn't know how to answer my question, she would direct it to someone that doesn't. She doesn't pretend that she knows it, but she would make sure that I would get the response that is precise and correct based on my experience.
Okay, good to hear. So, and that's my last question here, which is, can you share, I guess, your last overall experience applying for the visa with us? And is there any other, let's say, tips or let's say suggestions that you'd like to give for those people who would like to apply for the visa in the future as well?
Well, if you're going to ask me how I would rate 엑스퍼트 from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest.
Wow.
10. Without a doubt. I've dealt with different agents in the past and I've never had the same experience that I had with you guys. Not to sugarcoat anything, but it's the truth. I never got intimidated. You always answered my questions. You gave me the best customer service that I could ask for and you never failed me, which is good. And always 엑스퍼트. Trust 엑스퍼트.
Thank you very much again for your nice compliments. We
Thank
definitely
you.
appreciate it. And then once again, I hope the interviews that we have done today will be beneficial for those particular students who are watching this. And hopefully we get to see more visas for the future students as well.
Yes, you'll see more of me.
Awesome.
My next visa.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.